Nestled at the foot of a grand mountain range, there lived an elderly woman named Martha. Known for her grace and gentle demeanor, Martha was the village's beloved storyteller and keeper of old traditions. Her small cottage, with its ivy-covered walls and blooming garden, was a haven for villagers seeking wisdom or simply a kind ear. One crisp autumn day, as golden leaves danced on the wind, Martha received a letter from her long-lost friend Eleanor. The letter was filled with excitement and a bit of nostalgia, recounting their youthful adventures and inviting Martha to visit her in the bustling city where she now lived. Eleanor had heard about a grand festival and hoped to share it with Martha. With a mix of excitement and trepidation, Martha prepared for the journey. She packed a small bag with essentials, including a journal to record her experiences, and set off on the long train ride to the city. The landscape changed from rolling hills to towering buildings, and Martha marveled at the sights. Upon arrival, Eleanor greeted Martha with a warm hug. The city was vibrant and overwhelming, a stark contrast to the peaceful village. Eleanor guided Martha through the bustling streets, showing her the city's landmarks and introducing her to the lively atmosphere of the festival. Martha was amazed by the colorful parades, street performers, and the array of international foods. During the festival, Eleanor and Martha found themselves at a quiet corner of the city park, where an old-fashioned carousel stood. It was a place of respite from the festival's frenzy. As they sat on a bench, Martha noticed a young girl sitting alone, her face a mix of wonder and sadness. The girl, whose name was Emma, was holding a small, stuffed rabbit. Martha, with her ever-compassionate heart, approached Emma and asked if she was all right. Emma shared that she had lost her parents in the crowd and was waiting for them to find her. Martha offered comfort and began to tell Emma a story about a brave little rabbit who embarked on a grand adventure to find its family. As Martha spoke, Emma's anxiety eased, and her eyes sparkled with curiosity. Eleanor, noticing the bond forming, suggested they make a little scavenger hunt for Emma's parents. The three of them set off, Martha narrating the adventure like a captivating tale, and Emma's laughter echoed through the streets. Eventually, they found Emma's parents, who were frantically searching for their daughter. The reunion was emotional, and they thanked Martha and Eleanor profusely. Emma's mother, touched by the kindness of strangers, invited them to join their family for a meal. As the evening drew to a close, Martha reflected on her journey. She had ventured far from her familiar village, experienced the bustling energy of the city, and made new friends along the way. The trip had shown her that even in the midst of unfamiliarity and chaos, kindness and connection could bridge any gap. Back in her village, Martha's stories took on a new depth. She shared her experiences with her neighbors, not just about the city but about the unexpected encounters and the magic of human connections. Martha's adventure had been more than just a visit to the city. It was a reminder that even at any age, life's greatest joys come from the connections we make and the kindness we share. Let's learn some words from the story. Ivy-covered walls. Walls that are covered with ivy plants, which are climbing plants that grow on surfaces. Example: the old castle had charming ivy-covered walls that added to its historic look. Nostalgia. a feeling of longing or wistful affection for the past. Example, looking through old photo albums filled her with nostalgia for her childhood days. Trepidation, a feeling of fear or anxiety about something that may happen. Example, she approached her new job with trepidation, unsure of what to expect. Carousel, a merry-go-round, a rotating amusement ride with seats often shaped like animals, such as horses. Example, the children enjoyed riding the carousel at the fair, smiling as the horses went up and down. Festival's frenzy, the chaotic and lively activity during a festival. Example, the festival's frenzy included crowded streets, loud music, and colorful decorations. Ever compassionate, always showing kindness and understanding towards others. Example, the nurse was ever compassionate, always taking extra time to comfort her patients. Scavenger hunt, a game in which participants search for specific items or complete tasks based on a list. Example, the children enjoyed a scavenger hunt at the park, looking for clues and hidden treasures. Frantically, in a hurried and anxious manner, often due to stress or urgency. Example, she searched frantically for her lost keys before the meeting started. Tapestry, a piece of fabric with intricate designs, often used as a wall hanging or a complex, woven narrative or situation. Example, the museum displayed a beautiful tapestry depicting scenes from ancient myths. Once upon a time in a small village, there lived a young girl named Mia. Mia was known for her curiosity and her eagerness to learn new things. One day, she decided to bake a cake for her mother's birthday. She had never baked before, but she was determined to make it special. Mia gathered all the ingredients and followed the recipe step by step. However, in her excitement, she accidentally added too much baking soda. The cake, instead of rising beautifully, collapsed into a lumpy, inedible mess. Mia was devastated. She sat on the kitchen floor, tears streaming down her face, feeling like a complete failure. Her mother, hearing the commotion, came into the kitchen and saw the disaster. Instead of scolding Mia, she knelt beside her and gave her a hug. "It's okay, Mia," she said gently. "Everyone makes mistakes. What's important is that you tried and learned something new. Let's clean this up and try again together." With her mother's encouragement, Mia wiped away her tears and started over. This time, her mother guided her through the steps, explaining the importance of each ingredient and what they do. Together, they baked a delicious cake. Mia learned not only how to bake, but also the valuable lesson that mistakes are part of the learning process. Years passed, and Mia grew up to be a skilled baker. She opened her own bakery and became famous for her cakes. Whenever someone complimented her on her delicious treats, she would smile and say, "You wouldn't believe how many cakes I ruined to get here." Mia's story spread throughout the village, inspiring others to take risks and embrace their mistakes. One day, a young boy named Tom came to Mia's bakery. He had heard about her story and wanted to learn how to bake. He was afraid of making mistakes, but Mia welcomed him warmly and shared her own experiences. Tom, like Mia, made many mistakes at first. He burned cookies, forgot ingredients, and mixed up measurements. But each time, Mia reminded him that it was okay. Every mistake is a step towards success, she would say. Learn from it and keep going. Tom took her words to heart and gradually improved. He learned to laugh at his mistakes and saw them as opportunities to grow. Eventually, he became Mia's best apprentice, known for his creativity and resilience. The village flourished with this new mindset. People started trying new things, unafraid of failing. They painted, crafted, invented, and cooked with newfound confidence. Mistakes became badges of honor, proof that they were pushing their boundaries and learning. One day, during a village festival, the mayor gave a speech about the importance of making mistakes. In our village, he said, we have learned that mistakes are not failures but stepping stones to success. We celebrate our mistakes because they teach us, shape us, and make us better. Mia stood in the crowd, her heart swelling with pride. She thought back to the day she had ruined her mother's birthday cake and how that moment had changed her life. She realized that the best gift she had ever given her mother wasn't a perfect cake, but the courage to make mistakes and learn from them. As the festival continued, Mia shared her story with more villagers, encouraging them to embrace their imperfections. She reminded them that every mistake was an opportunity to learn and grow. And so, the village continued to thrive, its people united by the belief that it was okay to make mistakes. In the end, Mia's bakery became a symbol of this philosophy, a place where mistakes were welcomed, celebrated, and transformed into something beautiful. And Mia, the girl who once cried over a ruined cake, became a beacon of hope and inspiration, showing everyone that it's not the mistakes that define us, but how we rise from them. Let's explain some words from the story. Inedible mess. Meaning, something that is so poorly made or messy that it can't be eaten. Example, the cake turned out to be an inedible mess after burning in the oven. Commotion. Meaning, a noisy disturbance or chaos. Example, there was a lot of commotion in the hallway when the fire alarm went off. Apprentice. Meaning, a person who is learning a trade or skill from a more experienced worker. Example, the apprentice watched closely as the master carpenter demonstrated how to carve wood. Stepping stones to success. Meaning, actions or experiences that help someone make progress towards a goal. Example, each small project was a stepping stone to success in her career as an architect. Swelling with pride. Meaning, feeling very proud and happy about something. Example, he was swelling with pride when he saw his daughter receive her diploma. Beacon of hope. Meaning, something that gives people hope or encouragement. Example, the new community center is a beacon of hope for the neighborhood.